Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning. Welcome to Up with KREM. It is 6 a.m. now. I'm Nicole Hernandez.
And I'm Tim Pham. Thanks for starting off a brand new week with us here on the show. We have our meteorologist Thomas Patrick out live at the brand new Dave & Buster's for their grand opening today. Thomas, I've never seen you do such a dynamic weather hit in your 5:30 hit. You are in your happy place because it is arcade games and weather, two things you love.
Yeah, and I just love arcades to begin with, whether it's the more classic of just the pinball machines that you see everywhere, or if it's all of these flashing lights that you see around me. I'm at the new Dave & Buster's location, set to open in just under 4 hours now, and funny enough, we got somebody outside that's already lined up, so if you're just about to head up to line up, you're not going to be first in line, but you'll want to at least be one of the first 100. We'll share more about that coming up in just a bit, but of course, it is a weather day, and it's a weather impact alert day, is what I meant to say there, because we have high heat across the area, so I'll tell you what, I always love my cool spots. I love sitting next to the AC on the hottest of summer days. And today is going to be one of those days for sure. So whether it's going to be leisurely or maybe something a bit more exciting, AC sounds really good. Right now, if you're going to go outside, take advantage of the slightly cooler weather. It's actually 56, 55 just to our north, 62 in Coeur d'Alene right now. So if you still got to walk the dog, if you still got to get outside this morning, now's the best time to do it always. A big point of emphasis for the Inland Northwest. Sunny and hot, 96 degrees. Remember, the maximum we've gotten so far this year is 97, so we're going to be among some of the hottest days of this entire summer season. And of course, that urban heat island effect does make it feel even hotter than that. Heat advisories issued as of today, and they do go through Tuesday. So we'll show you how long the heat wave is going to last, all coming up live from Spokane Valley in a bit.
Well, since we're under this weather impact alert, we have a few hacks to help you stay cool this week.
Yeah, if you're having trouble cooling down, you can use an ice pack on your pulse points. So that's where your blood vessels are closer to the skin's surface. Columbia's Climate School recommends doing this on your wrists, neck, elbows, feet, thighs, temples, and forehead. If you don't have an ice pack, you can wet a washcloth in the freezer.
That would work super well. And in general, keeping your house cool can be expensive. So you can avoid using appliances that give off a lot of heat. That's things like your oven, stovetop, washer dryer, and dishwasher. Instead, try using a microwave or an outdoor grill to cook. And if you have to wash clothes, use cold water and air dry or do laundry at night. Taking a quick look at I-90 in Hamilton this morning, we see roads looking perfectly fine. Looks like we've got a bit of a sun glare on the camera, but that's just from the sun coming up. It's finally rising and things are getting brighter this morning. Across I-90, we're really not seeing any major backups or traffic at this point. If that changes, we'll keep you updated here on Up with KREM.
6:04 this morning, the community is remembering the life of Spokane County Sheriff Sergeant Kenneth Salas. He was killed on Saturday morning in a crash on I-90 near 4 Lakes.
KREM 2's Christian Garza has more from the press conference and how the community can pay their respects.
At Saturday's press conference, we learned that 59-year-old Spokane County Sheriff Sergeant Kenneth Salas died after being hit by a motorcyclist while on duty. Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles says Sergeant Salas was just 30 work shifts away from retiring.
Heartbreak and shock.
It's a tough day for our community and for law enforcement.
With grief in his voice, Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles says the organization and the communities never prepared for a tragedy like this.
There was no malice involved in any of this. It was a collision. It was an accident.
An accident that took the life of Sergeant Kenneth Salas, who worked with the Spokane County Sheriff's Office for over 3 decades. Sheriff Knowles says Sergeant Salas was driving near the 4 Lakes exit on I-90 Saturday morning just before 8 when he noticed a hay bale fell off of a truck and onto the road, causing unsafe conditions. As Sergeant Salas helped clean up the hay, the sheriff's office says a motorcyclist failed to slow down in time and hit both Sergeant Salas and his patrol car. Both Sergeant Salas and the motorcyclist were sent to the hospital. However, the sergeant later died from his injuries. During a press conference, Sheriff Knowles shared that Sergeant Salas recently talked with him about retiring next month.
And he had spent time sharing with me what his plans were for the next 2 years. And he was at peace with his decision to retire. And today, he ended up having to pay a price that no one should have to pay.
While speaking with the media following the crash, the sheriff reflected on the type of person Sergeant Salas was, describing him as the nicest man you could ever meet.
I think he took the idea of being a servant leader to heart, and I think the men and women who worked with him and worked for him would tell you that they just absolutely loved working for him.
Sergeant Salas is survived by his wife. Sheriff Knowles says arrangements are currently in the works to honor him. The motorcyclist remains in the hospital with serious injuries.
Sheriff Knowles says if the community would like to pay their respects, they can do so at the Law Enforcement Memorial right outside the Public Safety Building. In Spokane, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
And people have already been leaving flowers and notes there at the Law Enforcement Memorial. One note thanked Sergeant Salas for being an inspiration. Along with his career in law enforcement, Sergeant Salas also served in the United States Air Force for over 2 decades. He retired as a technical sergeant with the Washington State Air National Guard.
Right now, an investigation is underway in Clarkston. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office responded to an apparent murder-suicide over the weekend. Deputies responded to a home on Boston Street where they found a man and a woman dead. Investigators believe the man shot the woman, then himself. Authorities say 2 young children and their great-grandmother, who was caring for them in another part of the home, were not hurt.
We have more information now about the deadly stabbing in downtown Spokane last week. This is the one that shut down both the Post Street and Monroe Street bridges. The man police arrested for the murder, Colin Pedro, had his first appearance on Friday. Court records say it started as an argument between Pedro and his partner over stolen ID and EBT cards. His partner told police Pedro punched him and pushed him down, dislocating his knee. That's when witnesses say Anthony Espinoza, a bystander nearby, stepped in. When he tried to break up the argument, police say Pedro stabbed him at least 10 times. Espinoza died at the hospital. Pedro's partner is still recovering from his injuries but should be okay. Pedro is in jail this morning on a $1 million bond.
Today, in a matter of hours, the suspect accused of hitting and killing Sarah Doxey on Spokane South Hill is expected in court today. The 17-year-old is facing DUI and felony hit-and-run charges. The suspect, who is not being named because of their age, allegedly hit Doxey while she was on a run last month. Doxey worked as the chief operations officer at Chaz Health.
Washington State is going to be one of the first to offer LGBTQ+ owned businesses official certification. The Office of Minority and Women's Business Enterprises started a free program to help LGBTQ owners access state contracts and partnerships. The goal is to increase equity and strengthen Washington's economy.